My name is April Burns Norris, and I'm currently temporarily residing here in Knox County to care for my father, who is fighting stage 4 prostate cancer. Um, I'm originally from Knoxville, but I moved to Nashville, Tennessee in 2013 after I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And I went and admitted myself into a dual diagnosis program there so that I could really get the most benefits from recovery as far as learning about my diagnosis and learning how to adjust to society without trying to self-medicate and just on the roller coaster. And in the process of that, I experienced a lot of disability discrimination, which opened up the door for me to uh, create my own nonprofit organization that is addressed to help correct the barriers that I face as far as in the services as far as supportive services that people with disabilities need, as far as housing, as well as mental health. And in the process of that, when I went there, I was considered homeless, so I was also involved in addressing the Knox County School in the state of Tennessee with their student in transition program. I found a lot of resistance there and here, even once my daughter came back to go to school here. And I think a lot of it is because of the lack of information, and it's not being shared. And so I felt myself having to train the people that were already paid to know these things, and it let me see that there's a great need for someone to be an advocate for the people that are currently going through things that a lot of you all will never experience unless you've lived there. And so, in the process of that, I've lived in my car after being evicted wrongfully for trying to form a tenant union as a member of Homes for All Nashville. I was retaliated against. I have cases in the state court, federal court, so forth and so on. And so I'm here now to care for my father, but my youngest daughter, is a student at South Door High School. Um, And that brings me to being a parent as well as a former student of Austin East High School. My oldest daughter graduated with honors from Austin East High School. And even though I was a 15-year-old high school dropout, without having parents there for me to teach me the things that I needed to know, as well as suffering from a mental illness that I wasn't aware of, the road was rough. But I made it through in spite of all of those things. And in the process, I've witnessed the issues that are preventing people like myself and others from being the best person they can be in spite of the conditions. And so with what's going on right now with the school, whoever recommended the task force, and I know they, took that off, but I really feel that considering the history of the East Knoxville community, this violence and this gun stuff is nothing new. I even experienced dealing with these children that are experiencing a lot of issues at home first before they even get to school. And so when we just throw 2 hours of therapy at the children and not even address the parents at home that are often suffering from things like I was when I was raising my daughter, 15, trying to be a mother, we're children trying to raise children. We're doing the best we know how to do. And I feel that we have to address this issue as a community. And it's going to take our voices to be heard on a task force. I feel that we should be involved in the schools. It should be a requirement. It should even include truancy. If people don't attend, that's when truancy should be enforced. I'm working with other community organizers that are already providing security for the area of East Knoxville, and they're doing things with the children and trying to get the parents involved. But without financial support and a voice and a platform for us to be heard fairly, and actually be done something with, then nothing's going to change. This has been going on for so long. And I was an in-school suspension teacher at Carter Middle School for 3 years while my oldest daughter was going to middle school there. I was assigned to one of the worst bus routes in Knox County schools, and it was because there was so much violence coming from East Knoxville to Strawberry Plains. And the job that I had as an in-school suspension instructor gave me some insight. We were trained in crisis prevention and intervention techniques. Kind of wonder why the police are not automatically trained with as much as we were trained with. now that they're in there addressing these issues, that I feel that if the community and the family were trained and re-taught, a lot of us don't know. It's things that I'm still learning today. That, you know, it's because nobody was there. And the reason nobody was there is because the things that have gone on.
Thank you.
Have
I do have to
that.
stop you now, but I appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I would want to come back, and I wanted to encourage y'all to reconsider, because
Okay. Thank you.
we got to do something different.